Okay, so we placed the hip and we've got the arm done and we've got the spine done, but now we need to work our way up the neck and to the head. So I'm going to go back to my joint tool again. I'm going to select this top of the spine joint. I'm going to hold down Shift and go straight up if it'll let me. Go to the base of the neck. Okay, so that didn't work. So let me back up. Yeah, so because there's rotation on there, it's not letting me hold down Shift and draw it perfectly straight. So I'm going to snap to a grid intersection instead and then move it down. Okay, and I'm going to switch my translation type to world so I can make sure I move it straight up and down. I'll move that to the base of the neck. Okay, I'm going to go back to my joint tool, select that joint, and add in another one. So just at the top of the neck. Okay. Translate that one into place. Go back, press Y again. And now I need to place one right at the root of the skull. So right where the neck connects to the skull. And so I'm guessing that's typically it's right between the ears, but where this is a cartoon character, I'm going to say it's right here below the mouth. So I think I'll actually just hold down X again and snap it to the grid and then move it up. Okay. Now we need to work on the feet. So I'm going to switch back to my joint tool again, select that, hold down Shift, and just put one in the bottom of the foot. Okay. Now I've got these pretty well placed from this point of view, and I don't have any rotation on my joints. And now I need to place them from the side view. Because they don't line up at all in the side view. Okay. So now I've got my very first joint selected. And I need to slide this to the center of the body. Okay. I'm going to press down on my keyboard to pick walk to joint 2. I'm going to slide that and try to keep it centered in the torso. And this is how it works for cartoon characters. You want these, regardless what a real spine does, you want it to be placed straight up the center of the mass. Now, if you had a realistic character, then you would want to place these more realistic to an actual skeleton. Okay? So you'd want to study your anatomy a little bit. So I'm going to press down again, get the next joint in line. And I'm only ever going to use this Translate Z handle while I'm on this point of view. So again, I'm just going straight up the center of the mass. Now I'm going down the arm. We can verify that. I'm on the shoulder now. I need to place this in the center of the arm. That looks good, probably for the entire arm. Okay, So now I can press over, left or right on with my arrow keys, and I can pick walk to the joints that go up the neck. And I need to slide these back and turn on X-ray geometry so I can really see. I'm going to slide this back to the center of the neck. Okay. And then her neck goes straight up and down, so that makes that really easy. Okay. Now, I like to put a tip of the head joint in. So I'm going to do that real quick, and that will make joint orientation easier, which you I haven't discussed yet, but I will shortly. So there's a couple ways to do that. I'm going to show you another method. As I can duplicate this joint, 18 in this case, which is the root of the head. Press Control D, and I'm going to just translate it straight up to the top of the head. And then I need to parent it to joint 18. So inside your hypergraph hierarchy editor, all you have to do is middle mouse click on a node and then drag it to another node, and it will parent it. Okay. Now we need to go down the legs and work on those joints. So we'll translate this back, the hip. Then we need to pick walk down. And we need to move the knee. I can see that my knee placement is off now. I'm going to slide it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pick walk down and replace the ankle. Pick walk down again. I'm going to place this as the ball of the foot. Okay, and I can duplicate that, and I'm going to make a toe. And then I will parent this to that joint 19. Okay. Now I've got most of the bones placed that I'm going to need. And you would continue this process for like eyes and a jaw. So maybe I'll go ahead and do a jaw real quick. And the jaw it's connected to the skull. So we need to create that joint and have it be parented to the root of the skull joint, or the top of the neck. So I'm just going to duplicate joint 20, pressing Control D. I'm going to slide this down for the jaw. Now the jaw actually doesn't connect right here at the root of the neck, so maybe change my mind real quick. The jaw connects up here right in front of the ear. But where this is a cartoon character, I'm just going to make a judicious decision and place it right here. Maybe even forward a little bit, even though that's not realistic. Okay, I'll duplicate that. I'm going to parent it, and I'll put this other one at the tip of the jaw. Okay, so now I've got a whole bunch of joints, and they're all just called joint. And so at this point, I would want to go through and label all of these based off of what their purpose is. So I'm going to pause the recording because you guys don't want to watch me rename all these joints, but I will rename just a couple of them. So the way I like to rename is over here in the hypergraph hierarchy,